today I'm solo, but I'm not cutting no grass. I'm doing skid work today, y'all. So we're gonna hook to the. I need the brush cutter, big boy brush cutter, and that's just because so I can reach up in the woods. I'm gonna need the grapple bucket, and I'm gonna need. If I take the grapple bucket anywhere, I take the tooth bucket too, because the tooth bucket and the grapple bucket are all in one. So there's no sense in, you don't save any space. And to me, it's always seems to be about space. It's not worthy of me, throwing the brush cutter on the back of that other pickup truck and just take the brush cutter over there with the skid. So I know y'all saw the video where I had the grapple bucket and the tooth bucket on top of the brush cutter, and ideally this is perfect for that, right? So I'm going right up the street, but I haven't really devised a safe method of doing that yet. I got to make it where it can't come loose, it can't slide, because if I'm going to take the time, to strap it 5 ways to Sunday to get it, to get it strapped down, that takes a long time, and I could drive it over to the job quicker than that. I don't see no point in taking the trailer over there and unloading it twice. Now, if it were any further out of my neighborhood, it'd be different. I'd be thinking different, I'm gonna hop in a skid, and I ain't gonna get no footage of all that. I'm just gonna leave all this stuff in here. I'm gonna hop in a skid and run the brush cut over and drop it, and come back and hook this trailer up and blah 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 blah. So, and then I'll pick this video back up when I'm getting started over there. Okay, man. So I took the brush cutter over to the job, and I got the trailer loaded with the grapple, the tooth bucket, and the stump grinder. I like to, when I'm doing the stump grinding stuff, I like to plug the stump grinder in while I'm at home, because I tell you what, stump grinder, man, the way it's built and the way it holds pressure, it's pretty freaking hard to hook up sometimes. So I don't never wait till I get to a job anymore to hook up the stump grinder, because normally on a job, unless you're taking trees out, normally on a job like this, where I'm grinding stumps, the stump grinder is the first thing you need. Now, if I'm taking trees out and then grinding the stumps, well, then that's another story. But being on the job and trying to hook this thing up sometimes can be really hard. Well, what's the difference, Ray? You're in the field. I don't know. I just can do better when I'm on concrete in my shop. Just hooking it up is sometimes it can be difficult, and then sometimes it's not. I've gotten a lot better at it. There's a lot of little tricks, pressure release and all that you can do. But again, I told her I'd be there around 9, and it's 20 minutes to 9, and I've already got the brush cutter over there, and I'm gonna go on and fill the machine up, man, because the stump grinder, I will say, uses a lot of fuel, and I don't want to be thinking about fuel. Well, you ought to have done that last night. I know, but remember, I cut grass yesterday too, and I had to unload all the equipment off the other trailer, unhook the other trailer, put everything in the building, grease this machine and all that. So you can find yourself constantly working if you don't watch out, because I knew that this morning I would have time to do all of this. I did not realize the machine was a little under half a tank. I didn't know that, but so we're gonna go on and top it off for sure. I need to go into the store anyway. I got a headache, man. I'm gonna get me some goodies, man. So yeah, feel pretty good today. Just woke up with a headache, man. I don't know, sometimes it'd be like that. So, but we'll get into some of the topics that's going across the lawn and land in the YouTube world, and we'll talk about a few things today. So when I get over here, I'll do a walk around real quick. Yeah. So let's just talk about, let's go through here and show y'all what the job is. I got the machine unstrapped, the ramps are down. So I know the sun's gonna be blaring. The weather is really starting to get a lot hotter now. So yeah. So these are, she wants these moved to the woods. I hope she's home. I don't know if my machine can even pick them up, man. Look how big they are, y'all. Oh my God, dude, look. That's freaking huge, man. And these are rotten, but these right here look pretty solid. I don't know where she wants to put them, but I see the neighbor over there, the one that was over here last week. So she wants to get them in the woods over there. There's a stump right there she wants to grind. I don't know what she wanted to do right there. Yeah, so that stump, and look at this stump. I mean, dude. And she was balking at $1,000. Dude, this is a huge stump. I might not even be able to get that stump, man. It'll take forever, dude. And see, I didn't charge enough, see. But, you know, I don't have nothing else going on today. I've scratched and clawed at this all week long. So, we're gonna get the stumps first. And then this stuff right here, we'll carry it over to the damn thing. I got the brush cutter. Now the other stumps might go fast, which will enable me to, because that stump right there looks pretty rotten. All those trees on the ground over there, the one in the woods. And my thinking was I would take this brush cutter and kind of just go up in the woods just a little bit. Of course, she didn't get nothing out of my way. Like, you know, for me to get that stump, everything's got to be out of the way. So I don't even know if she's home. But she's that type that'll, oh well, I thought you were going to do this. I thought you were going to do that. That's why I'd rather her be here right now. The whole reason why we pushed this to Friday was, I could have done it any day this week. I could have just not done the lawns one day, and I knew I would have one day. So okay, y'all, so I'm here. We're gonna put this in the woods. Not first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this stump right here. I want to get all the stump grinding done. So you see, she's not, I mean, you got to make it easy for me. I got to get all this stuff off the stump. So basically just going to grind it and push it into there, you know. But see how rotten it is. It may just come right apart. I don't know. And she's probably not here because she's got her guy across the street watching. I saw him taking pictures of me. So all this right here we're not fooling with. Just the trees on the other side of that. And like I said, those trees over there. Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to set y'all up at. Okay, y'all, so this is about 40 minutes. This is done here. I'm gonna smooth it out, but I'm not gonna smooth it out right now because I'm not gonna put the bucket on. So we got another little bitty stump right there. I think I can get it without doing anything. We're gonna dig up the bamboo, but I had to go get my big saw. I'm probably gonna put y'all on the machine with me for a minute because she's out here and I don't want to But I brought my big saw for the other two because it just took me too long to get through the top of that one. So I ain't got my great big saw, but I got the one I just bought, and it'll cut this pretty easy. It should. Of course, if I had a guy on the ground that had a lot of experience, then it would be worth having him over here because he could fix this and he could go in front of me cutting things off. And but that's what the guys that come out here and work for me in the lawn maintenance, these are the things that they need to know in order to make money all the time. They got to kind of be rounded a little bit, right? And a lot of little things we're going to do. We're going to pick those up and move them, you know, just stuff. I don't know what's in that barrel right there, but it's full of something. And he did do woodworking. There might be some kind of varnish or something in there. And she says this thing right here is full of his tools. Her husband passed away, and he was in the construction business for probably 50 years or more. So he passed away a couple years ago. He was a friend of mine, and she wants to get rid of this thing, but there's so many tools in it. She said she doesn't even know where to start. It's just slap full. So yeah. Okay, y'all see how tall this one is, right? So I'm gonna get all the ivy and stuff, all the greenery off of it, and I'm gonna see how hard it is. You got those wire things right there. All this stuff right here, pretty much after the stump is gone, is gonna go push to the woods. So, but a lot of this is real soft. But what I want to do is I want to get all this off of here and see how hard this is, because I'm probably gonna end up cutting this one. See how big it is? Yeah. It's huge, man. So we're gonna just, yeah. Okay, y'all, so I want to show y'all the after. She's super happy, man. Well, I ended up doing some on the wood line. I ended up getting to 1400, so it was 1,000. But so we got the big trees up. And I didn't get no footage of me digging up the bamboo, but I dug up a bunch of bamboo over there too. She's gonna get all this out. She don't want me to do any of this. She's gonna clean all this up, just smooth it out. Yeah. Up in there, there's really not a lot we could do. I just put those trees up in there. So that stump gone. That stump's gone. Well, that came out good right there. You know, that did. I mean, that was sketchy right there. You know, now just need some rain and just a regular mowing, you know. We picked up a lot of the bigger stuff. I probably dug, I don't know, probably 20 buckets of bamboo out right here. And so then I just pushed the woods back a little bit with a brush cutter, like I said. Now this is what why she went on and gave me the 14. So you can see it's well worth it. It's 3 o'clock, so about 6.5, 7 hours over here. But yeah, this looks really good. Well, Ray, can't you smooth it out better than that? No. There was a big old stump right here. This is pretty minimal impact, really, when you look at it, at the work that got done. But yeah, it's Sammy time, y'all.